This morning we are going to be talking about the Great Resignation and where is everyone going? Okay, so what is the Great Resignation and where is everyone going? Let me first just say you guys can win stuff. Let me put this up here. In order for you to win things, this is how you do it. You subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment on the YouTube videos, and share the YouTube videos into social media. Tag me or my business in it, my business page in it. And it's just so we can see it. That's all that it is. One person every week is going to win something. So there you are. Now let's go ahead and get into the meat. What is the Great Resignation? Holy smokes, that sounds like an actual term, and it is. And then where is everyone going? So the Great Resignation, you guys, is this. Also, as I see you guys coming into the live chat, go ahead and keep commenting, say hey, say where you're from too. I would love for you guys to get to know each other just based on where you're from. If you see somebody else near you, say where you're from. And then also, I will, at the end of what I'm talking about, I will swing back through and I will put some of you guys up on screen where you belong, okay? So the Great Resignation. It is a term that has been coined very recently. A statistic that we know of is September 2021, so just a few months ago, as people are watching this today, right now. September 2021, a record number of people quit their jobs in the US. The number is 4.4 million people quit their job in September 2021, okay? I have been called by numerous news sources. I've been on the radio a few times with this. Like it's a thing because I am the authority and how do you quit your job and be able to create sustainable income from home? So that's my thing. And people are like, all right, girl, let's talk about this. And so that's why I've been going on radio shows and stuff like that, talking about it. So let's talk about it, right? The Great Resignation, the biggest question that I'm getting from news sources is why? And I'm like, oh, why not? You know, but I answer the question as well. So they'll say, well, is it because of recent happenings? Is it because of health related things? You know, the obvious. And while I say I can't speculate, I mean, all I'm doing is speculating, I guess. I can't say what it is because I haven't spoken to 4.4 million people. However, the trend is the trend. And let's just think about the experience that these 4.4 million people have had. Let's just walk through the lives of 4.4 million plus. There's a lot of people that want to quit their jobs that haven't yet. Okay. Also, I'm your girl if you want to do that. I may have something for you. Just saying. The 4.4 million people, let's look at what their story has been. Because this doesn't, 4.4 million people don't just quit their job one day because they're like, nah, or 1 month, let's say 1 month. And just because they're like, nah, I decide I'm going to quit. It takes a lot of build up for that kind of record breaking people quitting their job. It takes a lot of straws on the camel's back. So let's look at the story of what has been happening. What are these straws that have been placed on the camel's proverbial back? Proverbial camel's back. Grammar. Well, up until March 2020, they maybe didn't like their job, but they were like, whatever, it's just what I do. It's how I pay my bills. I'm not happy. I'm not necessarily thriving, but I'm getting by. And that honestly is where most Americans live. They live in the space of just getting by. There's a stat, and forgive me, I don't remember exactly the number, but it's a lot. It's a big number. Don't repeat that, right? Actually look it up. But what the stat is basically that a really high number of Americans only have $200 in their account, like a $200 buffer. A low number have that, okay? So a low number of people have even just $200 extra in their account. What I'm trying to say is most people are living hand to mouth. That's not a surprise to us. I remember the days where I literally used coins, change, to pay for gas, right? So that's that That's real talk. I think everybody's familiar with that, just living hand to mouth and saying like, okay, well, I'm in this job and it's keeping me alive right now. That's kind of how we look at it, right? My bills are paid. I can pay, I can keep food in my mouth, kind of, maybe. Maybe it's ramen, but still it's food. I can keep food in my mouth. This job is keeping me alive. And a lot of people live in that space. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that space. I was in that space before too. But what I'm saying is there are many, many individuals, and maybe it's you, that live in that space, right? So if we look at the storyline of the people leading up to September 2021, they were already unhappy, right? Well, then March 2020 happened. And we were all like, what? This is weird, right? For those of you that don't know, if you're watching this video in the far future, go ahead and Google March 2020 in the US and around the world, quite frankly. You get a history lesson. It was crazy. And so we're all sitting there like, what's happening right now? Also, is this going to pass? Is this just like a thing that's going to be here? Because we kept being told 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Oh, it'll go away. Oh, it'll go away. And then all of a sudden it's like, I don't think this is going to go away. I don't think that now, whether you know, the whole political side of it and whether you believe it's true or not, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what it means to us in our jobs. Okay. So just so you know, not going into that, I'm talking about what it means to us in our jobs. Well, if this thing isn't going away, which it hasn't, because the people all quit their jobs September 2021, that's over a year and a half later. If it doesn't go away, it changed everything, right? And do you just see what I did with my hand there? When I said it changed everything, what it's done, you guys, is it's given us all a level playing field. What has happened in the last year and a half has been maybe one of the best things for us so far as our own financial sovereignty. Our own way that we choose to make money, way that we choose to create income. It's been the best thing for us because what it did is it forced us guys, forced us to look at our situation and say, am I willing to do X, Y, and Z just to have this job I hate? That's the question people are literally asking themselves right now. So when you fast forward into September 2021, and now we have a term coined, the Great Resignation, because of record numbers of Americans quitting their jobs, it's because they've had enough. And it's because they choose something else. Because they're realizing that jobs no longer need to be local. It's the biggest things I'm explaining to these newscasters. People are realizing you can take your skill set out there and get a gig. Have you guys heard of the gig economy? This has been around for at least 15 years now, but excuse me, not everybody talks about it, not everybody knows about it, all that stuff. The gig economy, guys, is essentially VA work. It's virtual assistant sort of work. Gig economy is where, you tell somebody, like maybe you're a good writer, and so you start writing blogs for people. Well, you make money doing that. That's your gig, okay? And so, like, usually when we think of gigs, we think of musicians and stuff like that. Gig economy is like, what are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? Go ahead and gig it out. And so there are many places that you could just, and this is just one potential income stream for you. I've got many that I could, I have unlimited amounts of income streams I could explain to you. Maybe I should just do a series on income streams. Do you guys want me to do a series? Tell me in the comments if you want me to do a series on income streams, one income stream by one income stream by one, like just down the line. So you've got good vision into different income streams. Let me know if you want that. I'll do it if you want. But the gig economy, you guys, is you find your skill set, you think of something that you're good at. Sometimes you're able to tell yourself, but I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of times we need somebody else to tell us. We are blind to our own value. And the reason for it, you guys, is because we walk around in these bodies every single day and it's all we've ever known. And so the things that we think about and the things that we know are also all we've ever known. So we assume that everybody else knows the same thing that we do because it's all we've ever known. Okay? So whenever we are looking at our own value, we get very discombobulated because we're like, but doesn't everybody know this? It took Mike, my husband, to tell me what I was great at. Many times, over and over and over again. He didn't continue to tell me the same thing I was great at. He told me many things I was good at, and then I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I am really good at that. It takes other people from the outside in to do that. My suggestion to you is to make sure that you're in a community of people that can call out your gold, okay? If you're not already in one of those communities, I have a community. The link is in the description of this video. It's Families Creating Legacies. The name says it all. It's what we're doing here. We're quitting our jobs and we're creating our lives. We're creating income from home. I'm not sitting here saying you're going to be a billionaire tomorrow. I'm saying you're going to be fulfilled. You're going to be happy. Can you build a business that you can scale? Absolutely, 100%. Am I going to make you fake promises and things like that? No. I'm going to say, I'm going to give you the direction. I'm going to give you the right community. I'm going to give you what you need and not the stuff that you don't. That's what we do, okay? So that's Families Creating Legacies, just to give you guys a heads up. I want to see what you guys are talking about, but that is what the Great Resignation is. And then where is everybody going? They're going online, man. They're going online. They're building their businesses. They're building income online. And some people don't want to build a business. It doesn't matter. Get in the gig economy. You don't have to build a business, but get income online. You don't need to get income sitting at a carpeted cubicle. You don't have to do that. It's not what's necessary anymore. And more people are realizing it. We don't need to answer to anybody. How's that feel? We don't need to answer to anybody. But in order to do that, you do need to, summon up the courage to take the jump. And the internet is waiting for you. That's where everyone is doing this thing. Not everybody is doing it well, and so that's why I suggest coming into my group, not because I'm like, I'm the best, but I really do know how to teach this stuff, and I know how to teach it in a no-fluff way, right? Where I'm not going to waste your time, and I'm not going to make things obscure to understand. I make it very simple to understand, and then go do, okay? So that's my purpose here. My job, allow families to be able to quit their jobs if they don't want to be in their jobs, be home. Put the family back together, y'all. All right, what are you guys talking about? Also, real quick, if you are not in HBR, which is my, it's called Home-Based Revolution. It's literally where I give you the blueprint of how I've created multiple income streams from home in 5 to 10 hours a week. After everything is set up, it only takes 5 to 10 hours a week to be able to do this stuff, okay? And that allows you to be able to quit your job and work from home. That's the whole idea here, guys. It's the whole idea. So, anywho, it's almost like the world was waiting for me to create this thing, and then it went crazy, and it was like, and here's the answer to all this crazy. All you do, you guys, is you message, Livin the Dream with Martha. It's my Facebook business page. Message me the words, let's do this, rainbows and unicorns. I'll give you the details of the program, okay? Let me get rid of that. All right, what are you guys talking about? Andrea, she's saying it like it is. It's true. Listen to Martha. Tanya, I love the community and finding each other's strengths. Love you all. Oh, it's the best community, man. It's the best. Laura, it's like the modern version of the old-time local trade economy, the farmer, the bread maker, the shoemaker, the candlestick maker, etc. Exactly correct. Exactly correct. That's what oftentimes that's what I talk about whenever I'm speaking. I'll talk about that. I say, listen, guys, we're taking it old school. It's time to take it old school again. We've messed around in all of this industrious stuff, and now it's time to take it old school. People want relationships, period. And you specialize in what you specialize in. Kathy, absolutely, training on income streams. Awesome. Okay, yeah. I'm going to look through these comments just to make sure I hit them up. But Carrie, the past year and a half have been the best for pushing me out of my comfort zone because I was introduced to you, Martha. It has allowed me to dream again. Ah, I love it. Let's do this, friends. Let's do this. You want to quit your job? Go ahead and jump in my stuff. I have lots of stuff that's free. You don't even have to pay for anything right away. That's my whole thing. Jump in, make sure that I'm your person. And then if you want to jump into other things that are actually paid and give you blueprints and stuff like that, then go ahead and jump into them. But I'm not going to make you jump into anything right away. So anywho, have the best day. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.